Hey, what's up everyone and welcome to Daily Code Buffer. In this video, we are going to learn about the interpreter design pattern. Now, interpreter design pattern is a part of a behavioral design pattern and it will allow us to interpret things as the name suggests. So suppose, let's take the example of any language or any expression. What we have to do is for any language, we have to interpret things, right? Like what that particular expression says. Suppose there's an expression which says that Priya is female. Okay, this is the expression. Now how we will, or how a language or how an interpreter will able to understand that what this particular expression means. So there has to be an expression which identifies all the different keywords there, and based on the keywords it will identify what this means. Okay, suppose I have the expression defined. Okay, I have the expression defined which takes something as an input. Okay, suppose it's taking the string as an input, so it will check that okay, for any expression that I got, okay, and if that particular expression contains Priya and it also contains female, okay, that means that Priya is female. Okay, now this is the expression. Now if I am passing this thing Priya here, Priya is a female here, within this expression it will check okay, this particular expression has Priya as well, this particular expression has female as well, so it's checking both the things. This is also true and this is also true, right? So both the things are true, that means the entire expression is true, which suggests that okay, Priya is a female. So I can say it's an AND expression. I can define this as an AND expression. I can define one more as an OR expression as well. I can define a normal expression as well, just to identify that particular sentence is true or not. So there are different ways that I can define the expression for the interpreter. So interpreter is nothing but an expression evaluation where different types of expression is passed, and based on the logic, that expression has been evaluated for a interpreter. Okay, so interpreter is nothing but an evaluation of the expression, and it will just return what actually that value is. It's a positive value or negative value. So ideally, if you are working for any language or interpreter, that's how it has been done. Okay, so that's the behavior of it, and let's understand with the code as well, like how that particular behavior has been defined. So if I go to the code here, okay, you can see that this is the particular example of the interpreter. I have taken this example from the tutorials point. I have added the link for that as well. You can go through it and you can read about it more there as well. Now currently you can see that what I have done is I have defined one interface, that is the expression interface. Okay, and within this expression interface I have defined one method, that is the interpret method. So whatever the context that I give here, that context needs to be interpreted by this method, and this method will return either true or false. That's a boolean method. Okay, that's the simple job of the expression here. Now this expression can be implemented by the different types of expression. Okay, suppose let's take one example, that's the terminal expression. Okay, that's the basic expression here, that is implementing expression, and what it does have is it has the data as well. Okay, and here you can see that I've created the constructor here which is taking the data and it is setting here. Now I have implemented the interpret method which is part of the expression here, interpret, and which is taking the context. And what I'm doing is, if that context contains the data, then that means that's a true, otherwise it's a false. So that means if I'm adding the terminal expression as Priya and I'm adding Priya is a female, that means it was able to find the Priya within that particular context, so it will return true that okay, whatever the data that you have as an expression, that is part of the context as well. Okay, so that will return true, else return false. So that's one of the terminal expression. Let's see one AND expression as well. So within this AND expression you can see that it is implementing expression, and it has two properties, that is expression 1 and expression 2, and this is the constructor here that I have defined which is taking expression 1 and expression 2, and it is setting the values here, and I have added the interpret method here as well. Now what interpret method is doing is it is checking that expression 1.interpret. I'm just interpreting this expression because this expression is also been interpreted. It's a interface, right? So if that is returning true and the second one is also returning true, that means both are returning true, that's true, otherwise it's a false. So that's an AND expression for me. Similarly, OR expression would be either this or this. Okay, so I've just defined this expressions here. Now when I'm going to call this, you can see this is the interpret application that I've defined here, and here I have defined different expressions. So here you can see that I have defined get male expression. Okay, and here I have defined that Robert and John are male, and here there are two expressions, that terminal expression contains Robert and terminal expression contains John, and if we are passing these two values, Robert or John, within the OR expression, it will return true. Okay, similarly I have one more, that is get married woman expression. So Julie and married, these are the two different contexts that I have provided, data I have provided in the terminal, and we have called the AND expression. If we are getting both the values Julie and married, then this will return true. Okay, and here this is our main method where we are actually calling it. So here expression is male equals to get male expression, and expression is married woman equals to get married woman expression. Okay, and I'm just trying to print this John is male, and I'm just trying to call is male, this is the expression, dot interpret. What is trying to interpret? John. Now we are passing John as the context. This context will be interpreted by this expression. Okay, and within this expression there are two values, Robert and John, and this is the OR expression. So whenever there is OR expression, this expression has been called, it will check, okay, we have data as John, this is the context that we have provided, and within that context we have two data, Robert and John, and we are calling OR expression here. So this OR expression will be true and it will return true here. Okay, that's the way similar for the Julie is a married woman. So if we run this, you can see that we are getting the same thing, that John is male, yes, Julie is a married woman, yes. Okay, so this is how that expressions are working, and this is how you will be implementing the interpreter design pattern. You can see that it's very simple. You are just defining the interface, and for that interface you are just defining the different concrete classes, and for all those concrete classes you can define different methods for defining those different expressions. Okay, so for every expression you have to define like what this particular expression means. That's how you define in the language as well. Like you define a tree, like if this are there, this is what it means. Okay, so this is how similar in the interpreter as well. So you have to interpret each and every thing that you pass. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. You can see it was very easy to implement, and if you have any doubts regarding any of the things that we have covered, then do let me in the comment section below. And if you like this video, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for the upcoming videos. You can also click on the join button to support my channel. I will see you in the next video. Till then, happy coding. Bye bye.